In just a few months, an entire continent was divided. But here's the part most people don't know. None of her people were present. No voices, no kings, no leaders. Just a room full of outsiders deciding her future. A continent full of kingdoms, reduced to lines on a map. And then something even more shocking happened. Millions of people woke up inside borders they never chose, given names they had never heard before, let alone understood. This wasn't war. This wasn't negotiation. This was a meeting. And what happened there changed Africa forever. In 1884, European powers gathered in one place, far away from the lands they were about to divide. In Berlin, miles away from Africa itself, a meeting was called. The Berlin Conference, led by Otto von Bismarck, the stated goal was to bring order to European expansion. But the reality was something else. Britain, France, Germany, Belgium, Portugal, and other powers sat together, not to understand Africa, but to divide it. No African kingdom was invited, no empire was consulted, and no community was asked. Yet decisions made in that room would shape millions of lives for generations to come. Maps were brought out, rulers placed on paper, and lines began to appear. Straight lines, clean lines, artificial lines. But Africa was never straight. Its people were never divided that way, and its cultures did not follow those borders. These lines cut through kingdoms, split families, and separated communities that had lived together for generations. At the same time, they forced together groups that had never shared identity. Languages, traditions, and histories were ignored because the goal was not unity. The goal was control. So why did they do it? Why divide an entire continent like this? The answer was wealth. Africa was rich in gold, land, and resources the world desired. European powers wanted access not to build Africa, but to extract from it, to take and take again and again. One of the most extreme examples was under Leopold II, the King of Belgium, who took control of the Congo Free State as his personal possession. Rubber, ivory, and other resources were taken at a devastating human cost. Entire communities were forced into labor, and countless lives were permanently changed, all driven by profit. But Africa did not simply accept this. Resistance rose across the continent, across kingdoms and communities. In West Africa, leaders like Samori Toure fought to defend their lands using strategy, movement, and resilience. In Southern Africa, resistance continued, rooted in the strength and legacy of leaders like Shaka Zulu. In the East, one empire stood firm. The Ethiopian Empire refused to be taken. At the Battle of Adwa, Ethiopia defeated a European power, sending a powerful message to the world that Africa was not powerless and could resist. But even with resistance, the borders remained. And those borders still exist today. Many African nations are built on those same lines drawn long ago, lines created far away from the people who would live within them. Because of this, some countries include dozens or even hundreds of ethnic groups, each with different languages, histories, and identities, all expected to function as one nation. This does not mean Africa is broken. It means Africa was reshaped in a way that did not reflect its true reality. The division of Africa was not random, it was not accidental, it was deliberate, a system designed for control, for extraction, and for power. And understanding this changes everything, because it helps explain not just the past, but the present. Africa was never one country, but it was also never meant to be divided like this. A continent full of kingdoms turned into lines on a map. And yet, the story does not end there. If you want to understand Africa today, you have to understand this. Follow for more stories that change how you see history.